I think we're here.
Cold open. What's up, Nick? We'll just get right into it.
What's going on, Bjorn?
Oh, we're just back in the studio.
Just back in the studio, drinking a whole menagerie of drinks. I'm Nick Scalzone. You can find me on Instagram at Nick Scalzone Comedies. This is my co-host.
I'm Bjorn RG. You can find me on Instagram at SkateCub.
Welcome to Size 10 Podcast. You can find our podcast on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok at Size 10 Podcast. And we are joined by a fantastic guest, 2021 Portland's second funniest comedian, the great Riley McCarthy.
What's up? I love that you guys do the plugs up top. That's like too many people wait for the end. Fuck it.
We
get
do
it
both.
Out there.
We do both.
Hell yeah.
We want attention. Believe it or not, we did stand-up comedy and then started a podcast because we like attention.
Well, I'm Riley Can Dunk on Instagram, and I'm going to do my plugs every 10 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Should do it. Let them know.
I'll circle back.
Going for the top spot this year.
Make sure it stays in the conversation.
But right away, question.
Yes.
You can dunk?
I can't dunk. Well, no, I can dunk.
He's
That'd be very
tall,
scandalous to admit.
You're pretty tall.
I'm pretty tall, but because I'm pretty tall, my fucking ankles and knees and hips are garbage.
Oh.
I also have arthritis as the fucking 28-year-old, which is very embarrassing.
No.
That's fine.
But no, I cannot.
That means you could dunk once.
I could dunk once, and then I would be, and then I'd be done with dunking and walking for quite a while.
Your repeat dunk value is low, but I bet you could go on.
See, I'm just saving it for when I really need it. Like, I've got one good dunk
Need one
in me.
like Tom Segura promo video.
Exactly, yeah.
You just gotta
like,
fucking break a bone on YouTube.
I'm waiting for my, like, Aaron Carter, that's how I beat Shaq moment. Where, like...
I love that reference so much.
I don't get that reference.
That was just
let's
for
explain
Bjorn.
that for
It was just for me.
most
I had
people.
a little sister.
Okay.
And Aaron Carter, which boy band? He was...
I don't even know.
So... I can't believe I know so much about him. There's
I'm
this
glad you do.
documentary on YouTube. I suggest you watch it.
Okay.
I'll have to do some like weird like how Bjorn's brain A to B to C goes to get to it.
Yeah.
That like normal people don't admit this, but it's like there's like this boy band documentary about the guy who was responsible for the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
Oh yeah, the person who like.
And it was a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of it was a Ponzi scheme.
Big time.
And he definitely, they allude to it, but he definitely was abused. Like, he was definitely sexually
100%.
abusing all these boys.
He was like a true monster.
And he was using the boy bands to just, like, fund his airline. It was an airline Ponzi scheme.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And he just kept starting more bands to pay for the last band, to pay for the fucking airline.
I think it's called like the fifth member, the sixth member or something. He would always make himself a part of the boy band, so technically...
This is some old dude was involved with a lot of boy bands?
No, not just involved. He was like the reason boy bands fucking existed.
He
like
came
all
up with the
as-
whole idea, and they were crazy.
Or by came up, he stole the idea from Japan.
Yeah, he stole it. But if you watch this documentary, Aaron Carter's like crying. He's in it and he's crying and he's just like, I can't believe you'd say those things about him. And you're just like, nope, you were 100% touched and abused by that man.
One of the most traumatized men on Earth.
Like 100%.
One of the most traumatized persons walking around right now, Aaron Carter.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had a song about
you don't remember How I Beat Shaq?
How I Beat
No.
Shaq.
Boom! I took it to the hoop like slam. I'm telling you the facts, because that's how I beat Shaq.
We will definitely listen to it afterwards, or you could on the way home.
Okay.
It's a great song.
I'll have to check it out and try to space out the last 5 minutes of what you said so that I'm not sad the whole drive.
I after I watched that documentary, I like looked into like new Aaron Carter. He has a piano tattooed on him.
He's very
and he like plays it in the song, like it's a part of
He's
it.
playing
Isn't he
his
neck
tattoo.
tatted?
He has
now?
neck tats. He's got a lot of tattoos.
That's,
But he was like a little like kid pop star.
Yeah.
And
I'm
like,
seeing Jesse McCartney in a month.
Yeah.
Speaking of little kid pop stars, who
Ooh.
somehow is like seems like a regular ass dude. I think.
Wait, remind me who that is.
oh yeah.
Oh, I honestly don't even remember like his big song. He's like a song. Oh, he had like a G flat.
Okay.
Was he in a boy band of some sort?
I don't think so. He was like just after the boy band boom.
Okay.
It was like 2008 to 2011. It was like making songs with TPain and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Not
interesting.
But
TPain needed some cash, and
yeah.
TPain has thrown a lot of money just in the air, and so he always kind of needs some cash, I think.
Have you ever just like thought about Googling like what it costs to have someone do your track? Like just like
oh my
I'm
God.
sure it's out there somewhere where you can just be like, hey, how much to put TPain on this track?
Yeah.
It's a lot. I remember there was like somewhere in like a 2 Chainz verse, he said he was charging $100,000 for a feature, but this was like early in his career,
right?
So it's definitely more than that now.
Oh yeah, I mean, and so he still has name value, even though he's not like he's one of those guys who's like
2 Chainz. Oh yeah, I'll listen to anything.
No.
2
Oh, I've
Chainz
seen
does.
TPain.
TPain.
I'll listen to most things TPain does as well.
Because he like also made himself such a character.
Yeah.
That like even if he doesn't have hits on the radio right now, he could show up on
But he's
anything
like
and he'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
He's like a fucking Twitch guy.
That makes sense.
Like
See?
he's got a popular.
Of course.
He's like a gamer.
He's like a huge dork. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, he's like a popular gamer that people watch on Twitch apparently.
Oh, that's awesome!
him.
Shout out to TPain.
Shout out to TPain.
TPain.
I don't know. The best was when he did that thing where people found out he can actually sing.
Yeah, he did the NPR Tiny Desk
And,
concert.
and everyone was like, holy shit, TPain can sing. And he's like, of course I can.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to differentiate myself, so I used the auto-tune.
He doesn't
It was an
use
aesthetic choice.
He didn't use auto-tune in Low. Flow Rida Low.
Wait, he didn't?
No, he didn't. Listen back to that song. He
Oh,
doesn't.
shit.
He's on the chorus not using auto-tune.
Hell yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
we
Needed another reason
we got
to
a lot
talk
of
about
songs still. We're gonna have a
what a
playlist by
tremendous
the end
song
of this
that is.
episode.
We should do a Spotify playlist.
I'm gonna spoil something. Did you guys ever watch the Masked Singer for season 1?
No.
Okay, spoiler alert.
That show's demonic.
Oh no.
It's fucking weird. It's the show where people dress up in like suits.
Yeah.
And then they try to guess who they are. And they're famous people. And they give
Didn't-
clues and all those
Didn't
things.
fucking Rudy Giuliani,
Giuliani.
just go
I
on
think
that?
so.
Again, that show is demonic.
It's wacky. But season 1, I guessed there was like the one-eyed monster. And I was like, I bet that's TPain. Because no one knew he could sing, and he sung like country songs and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, and the clues they gave, I was so happy. I watched a bunch of episodes, and I was like, and the more I watched, I was like, it's TPain. I was so happy when he was unmasked, and I was correct.
Damn. You see, I've been
like a detective.
I've been guessing Rudy Giuliani for everyone since season 1, and I finally got it right.
That's so funny. But that's just like some wacky thing.
No, he's got a beautiful voice. Like that NPR Tiny Desk concert is my favorite one of that series.
Is it?
Like when he sings Drinking Partner and it's just like him and the piano.
Yeah. I love like an acoustic version or like another version of a song. Didn't like
Especially R&B. Like
who was it? Miley Cyrus did one, right? I feel like that one was
probably
really good.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen.
Did
that
she?
One. I
Okay.
Harry Styles did a great one.
I think she did Jolene.
That makes sense. She has covered.
She definitely
she
is covered.
covers
She
that
covered
song.
that
But she
really
did
well.
like I was like, holy shit, this is
She's got a
so
beautiful
dope.
voice.
She
I
does,
love, I
and
love
then
how
she
deep her
has-
voice is.
Yeah, her like talking voice
Yeah.
throws you off. You're like, what? It sounds like somebody who smoked cigarettes.
Yeah,
But
for
she's just
real.
been
For, like,
singing
40
since she
years.
was a child.
Yeah, her fucking throat is
They're
Yeah.
making her do concerts for
Yeah,
children.
it's gonna take a lot of fucking slippery
Another
elm.
probably extremely traumatized human being.
Yeah,
But she
Yeah.
sounds like she works at a town pump,
yeah.
which is a very specific
That's
Montana,
a Montana gas station reference. Yeah, that's
She's got
the,
a deeper voice than her dad when she talks.
she needs to get on Old Town Road. Like they need to do one
Oh,
more
one
remix
more
with her.
with-
She doesn't want to be associated with her dad.
She's like,
Oh really?
No,
Good.
she like he like will tweet like dumb fucking like Republican apologist shit, and she'll reply just like, "Shut the fuck up, old man."
I love that. That's so
They like
good.
hate each other. It's great.
Interesting. Okay,
That's
I didn't
so
know
good.
that part of the.
Well, he
drama.
loves her. She hates him.
Oh, that
Classic.
makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense. I think that's the best you can do as a child star.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the most positive outcome
yeah, seriously.
of all the possibilities. That's pretty
Yeah.
chill. That's
Yeah.
clean living.
Right.
So
All right, let's do our can check.
Yeah.
Can check.
So I was excited. This is my favorite CBD drink that you can get. They do a caffeinated one, and then they do the non-caffeinated, which is what I got because it's nighttime right now.
Yeah, and you mentioned that they do a caffeinated CBD soda, and I was like, that's two substances contradicting
Upper
each
and a
other.
downer,
The
baby.
sober
Yeah.
speedball.
The
That's the
sober
way to do it.
speedball.
I
do
love
love
these.
that name.
I drink these all the time. There's a little corner store by my restaurant called 9th Avenue Convenience. I'm gonna plug them. They're the best corner store in the world.
Okay.
I just wrote my first Yelp review of my entire life like 2 days ago
Of them?
because I was like looking up what time they closed and I saw that they only had one Yelp review and it was from 5 years ago and it was a 0-star review.
Oh,
So
tough.
I got a Yelp account just so I could give them a 5-star review. But they have like, it's one of those stores that has like a billion beverages, random toiletries, and like Rick and Morty bongs, and like
Yes.
like just the strangest assortment of
Yeah.
things, and like Chinese snack foods. It's fucking awesome.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
They were the first place that I saw in Portland that had these, and they're just so good.
I've never had one. I'm not a big CBD soda guy.
Yeah, you were worried about it. I guess you don't have to finish. Just drink part of it.
Yeah, I'll see how it goes.
See how
I
you
don't
feel.
I don't know what these things do. You guys
They're-
making me do drugs.
They're,
over here.
these ones are 50 milligrams.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot.
They don't
It
do
is.
anything. If
They-
I thought they really did anything, I wouldn't be drinking them.
Yeah.
like,
So
That's fair.
Nick's got the lime, and it just tastes like a seltzer, basically.
it's really nice. Yeah, it's
It
not too
does. It
bubbly.
doesn't have any. I thought it was gonna be like a sweet thing.
No. And a lot of
Nope.
the sparkling CBD stuff like is like really soda-y or
Yeah.
like really bubbly, but like this you can drink it and actually feel like you're getting hydrated.
Yeah. I started. I had like a day where I don't know. I had like a headache, and I tried a bunch of stuff, and I just like went to this plaid pantry, and I bought one of these, and it helped I just felt better after I had one. So I was like, that was what converted me. This
Yeah.
is my favorite. I don't know what kind of CBD it is, but like this one. Some of the other ones, like some of the sodas, like the Boneyard and like a few of the other ones, I'm not as much of a fan of. They make me just feel tired.
Right.
This one doesn't, and it's almost local. Was it
Eugene?
Eugene.
That's local enough.
Yeah.
I looked at their Instagram and they only had they didn't even have like 1,000 followers, and I was just like, dude, we need to get them to sponsor the
this
podcast.
is a good hipster beverage.
I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
this is an ad read on spec.
yeah, these things are sick.
Yeah.
I like these. My favorite thing to do with these is I bring them on road trips because Bjorn will overdo it on caffeine and then start having crazy anxiety in the car. And
Yeah.
I need something
Gotta
to
bring
kind of
yourself
bring me
down.
back down
Yeah.
to earth.
I'll be
so that
honest.
I can finish the rest of the drive safely.
Yeah.
I'm on road trips. What I do, like when I drive home to Montana, I bring like a bunch of water bottles and a shitload of like LaCroix,
Okay.
and I'll just crush LaCroix all the way home because it's like no calories. I'm not just sitting there piling sugar into my body, and it's like it's not like overdoing the caffeine. It's not. It's just like staying hydrated so I don't have a headache.
I like a nice. I do a nice top shelf, usually a rye whiskey when I'm doing long drives.
Yeah.
Just got the bottle in your lap. And
Yeah, something you can really just sip.
you actually
Sipper.
you pour it into a special one that
Yeah,
just has
exactly.
3 X's on it.
Plus your
And
lap
you're just
keeps
like,
it nice
Yeah,
and warm.
copper jug.
Yeah.
Have one of those.
One with a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Put it over my elbow and I drink it like I'm
Yeah.
a coal
Yeah,
miner.
there you go.
Oh,
You-
yeah.
You gotta
Forgot
be
about that.
able to keep
Yeah.
your eyes on the road.
They can't pull you over if you're doing it that way.
Yeah,
'cause, you
nope.
know,
because
I remember doing that with Carlo Rossi in college. The big old bottle
the
of Carlo.
jug of Carlo
Yeah,
Rossi.
you like flip it
This
over
is
your arm
fucking
and just
cool.
do it. This was $10 for
Yeah.
a gallon.
You know what this is? It's red
God.
wine. That's class.
Yeah. God, there's like a fucking glass of Carlo Rossi has as much sugar in it as like a Mountain Dew.
Oh, that's
thinking
why.
about,
Isn't that why
thinking
wine
about,
gives
like,
you a horrible
horrible
hangover?
hangovers.
Yeah.
Thinking about how often I would drink like a bottle of Carlo Rossi when I was like a teenager. It's like
We'll
that
say
is-
like a
like-
standard sized bottle of wine. That's a fun drunk.
yeah, but fucking Carlo Rossi, it's like eating a whole like a sheet cake.
That sounds like it would be a good time in the moment.
It's insane.
Nick, did I tell the story of of the time I finished. I think I finished most of a bottle of Carlo Rossi to myself.
No, what
Okay.
happened?
I'll try to do the abridged version of it. This was when I was in college. We talked about this a few episodes ago. We ended up at this was because I went to school in Bozeman. We both went to school in Bozeman, Montana. And there's the Bozeman Bowl is a bowling alley. And they had like cheap drinks on a certain day of the week or whatever.
Dollar High Life.
Dollar High
Monday.
Lifes.
Oh, yeah.
So I always think of it when I drink those, which is very rare. I'm not a huge fan.
No, they're not the best. But we
It's a
bought
bowling drink.
Yeah.
It's
we
a
bought
bowling
we
drink.
bought them for
drink.
episode 100 because they're the champagne of beer.
Yeah. But I got dared to chug the jug.
Yeah.
And I was drunk enough to attempt it. And I drank most of it.
Nice.
Like in the car on the way there. And I remember I fell out of the van
Dude.
and hit my face. And then I got real sick, and so I went and threw up in the bathroom. But I didn't quite make it all the way to the toilet. So I threw up red wine
Oh my
all over the walls on the way in and all over the
Dude.
stall. And I remember telling my friends, like, I came back from the bathroom and, like, my shirt was just completely red from all of it was
Dude,
so
cheap wine gets you so sick. That's
so
like
sick.
I drank so much cheap wine in college. I don't drink anymore, but I was like, me and my fucking gutter punk friends had this stupid scam that we'd do where we'd go and we'd buy 5 boxes of red Franzia
Nice.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
pour it out into pitchers and like cups in every like receptacle we'd have, and then put it like seal it with our hands over the tap of our sink and fill it back up
Yeah.
with water. And you can't punch. You have to pull this off. You can't puncture the little hole to get the spout out. You have to rip open the top.
Okay.
You fill it back up with water, put it back in the box, hot glue it shut, and take it back with the receipt and be like, "Oh, we meant to get white."
Oh, my God.
Nice. So you guys had a hustle going to steal
Yeah.
fucking box wine?
Not even steal, just to get half off.
Because you would go and exchange it for white wine. So then
We
you had the
still
red
paid
and the
for
white.
it. And then
Wow.
I was gonna say-
some poor mom got fucking boxes of water.
Oh man, and she needed it.
Yeah, right?
Kid was being a dickhead all day, and she
Dude.
was just like, "Man,
We ruined it. We ruined
Need
a
to
lot of
take the
Desperate
fucking
Housewife
edge off.
viewings.
I really, yeah. Oh, my God. I really
she had
wonder
to watch
if
the Kardashians sober."
I know.
Fucking poor lady.
God,
You guys
poor
are horrible people.
Poor Shannon.
It's
That's
like
the
the thing
worst
where
thing
you-
you've ever done.
That's like when people would, like, take, like, oregano and blow weed into it and then sell it to some young,
Right, yeah.
like, as weed.
We used to vape weed and then sell it to fucking people in high school because no one.
Wait, what?
No one knew.
How-
Wait, you'd sell them used weed?
Yeah.
Used
Nice.
weed.
Because you used to have, remember
Recycle.
those like early vaporizers, the like
No,
volcanoes
but-
that would like
Oh, the ones
Yeah.
that were
that
like
would
a
fill
little.
the bag. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like those wouldn't like
Oh, I don't
they would
know
just
about
kind of
those.
turn the weed like brown and like it didn't get hot enough to really burn them. So
Oh
we would
my
just vape
God.
it and then sell it to freshmen.
God. Classic
I've done all-
move. That's fun.
Man,
That's awesome.
I'm like through this podcast, I'm like remembering new amends I have to make. I have to go find those.
Like,
I have to go find those wine moms in North Carolina.
Hey, I am so sorry. I bet
We've
it
never
kind of
met.
tasted like wine. They thought they're just like, man, my tolerance has really gone through the roof.
I gotta get my shit together. This isn't even
You know what?
phasing me.
Honestly, you may have actually helped some of them.
Yeah, it changed some
like,
lives.
They may have just been like, you
That
know,
was
I
their
still
rock
had a
bottom.
good night, and I just had water.
I didn't even need the wine. Yeah.
Maybe there are other things in my life that I need to think
Whoa.
about. Probably some of them went to therapy, got a divorce.
Yeah.
They're in a
Talk-
better place.
Talked to their kids that night for the first time in months.
Yeah.
Sober.
Yeah. Listen to their kids
Listen
for
to
the first
their
time.
kids.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right. So first of all, I want to talk about your boots because those are sick. I'm loving.
These
This is the
boots.
first
I
pair of
love these
cowboy
boots.
boots we've had on
Really?
the
This
show.
is neither. I don't. Do you own cowboy boots? 'Cause
Or wait, no. Did I wear those ones I have? to
don't
the
think you
motorcycle
did.
episode or something?
You wore your motorcycle boots. I
Okay.
think. No,
I
you
should
may
have
have
worn my cowboy
You
boots.
might have worn your cowboy boots.
Okay. I have
You
some
should have
that
worn your cowboy boots with that shirt.
I should have.
Fucking look
I was
great.
like, well,
That is
these might work.
that is a nice Western shirt.
No, this looks
But
good.
this works, right?
The silver and red on both is like
Mm.
that. No, that's a good look.
This was just like
You made the right
I was
call.
like, oh, this is cool. But now that
it
I
would
see
have been cute
those,
to match, but you made the right call.
mine are they're from my grandfather, and they're actually like they're not the high ones. They're just like they're like the
hell yeah.
lows. I
Those
have
are
the
cute.
lows. They
I don't have a
zip.
pair of those. I really want a pair.
the
They're-
mid top,
of low cowboy
Yeah.
boots.
the mid top cowboy
Yeah.
boots.
The mid cowboy boots. I got those. I got them because
Cowboy
we went
skate highs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, those are for when you don't have a horse, you just got a pony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're just
That's
driving.
that's for donkey riding. Those are donkey riding boots.
Them shoes are for dancing, I feel like, too. I don't know. I tried them. I was at my grandpa's funeral, and for funsies, we went through his closet, and I tried on a whole outfit of his clothes, and those shoes were just awesome, and I wore them all
yeah.
night. And it was super fun, and then I ended up taking them home with me because I was like, these are sick, and they
Well,
fit.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We're the same size,
It's like a
apparently.
piece of family history too.
Yeah. So they're legit. I almost got rid of them because I'm like, when am I going to wear these? And I was like, no, I
The
can't.
time will come.
Yeah.
You'll be happy you have them.
I'll find it.
Yeah,
he
at
was
some point
homophobic,
there'll be
and
a-
that's fine. But
You're
whatever.
reclaiming it.
I'm reclaiming it.
reclaiming it. Yeah.
I think you just take those to a gay bar someday. Just
Yeah.
wear those at a gay bar,
and just
and it's done.
I've been
that's,
to a couple of gay country bars. Like I've gone gay
Yeah.
country dancing, like line dancing with just all dudes.
Yeah.
With no it's just chaps.
I think that may be less gay than regular country dancing.
Yeah? You think? It's all dudes. Yeah.
Somehow, right?
Somehow, yeah, it's somehow a little less gay.
There's just all of the cowboys on the walls have no shirts on. That's really the only difference.
In Portland, it's like cowboy culture is more of a lesbian thing than like a
I can
gay
see that.
man thing,
Yeah, I
I've
would believe
noticed.
that.
Like I went to a queer country night somewhere, and I was like, oh hell yeah, because I lived in North Carolina, I like country music and stuff.
Yeah.
And I went and it was like, you know, I sometimes think that like, oh, the Portland queer scene is like so small, blah 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 blah. And I went and I'm like, oh, this is like all 43-year-old lesbians. It's like this is like an angle of Portland queerdom that I've never
That you've never
seen before.
Oh, I
And it
love
was
that.
pretty sick.
It's like
yeah.
a lot of pickup trucks in
Dude,
that
it was
parking lot.
awesome. Yeah, I had a
Dope.
great time.
Where like did anyone get I don't even want to go there. You know what?
No, go there now.
I guess you.
I just
kinda
want
have
to.
to.
I
now.
want to hear
got-
this question.
Were there any fights? Because I feel like I've been to
no.
a million gay bars, and when it's all dudes, never a fight. But like the lesbian bars I've been to, there's always fights.
Maybe they were on their best behavior.
Or it was
'cause I
just
there.
it's like it's like this cultural thing. It's like that like tough thing
Yeah.
where they're
Dude, I
like it
think-
just seemed like they're
Bush
always
culture.
scrapping. I have no idea why.
No,
People,
these were.
I
Or
think,
like they like some girl looked at the other girl and then someone's like gonna fight it. Like gay dudes don't do
No,
that.
it's- you know what it
Never
is?
happens. They're like, oh, you're looking at my man? Yeah, you better keep
they're
looking
just
at him.
viciously.
Isn't he awesome?
They're just viciously passive aggressive.
yeah, exactly.
You need to-
They're not gonna fight.
you know what it is one of the girls said to their girl, "You're gonna let her say that to me?" The same shit that starts half of the bar fights in a straight bar started those bar
Well,
fights too.
this place specifically was. I think since it was like an older crowd, it's like
Oh, okay.
these are all women that are very secure.
Yeah,
about,
they're
like, femininity and
45.
masculinity.
They're just like, yeah,
we got no
dude,
one
I
to
like
impress.
country music.
The vibes
and
were fucking
ladies.
impeccable. It was
Yeah.
laid back as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds chill as shit.
But yeah, I love these fucking cowboy boots. I've got really wide feet. So
Okay.
I've been hunting for a pair specifically of like colorful cowboy boots for the longest time.
Yeah.
And I actually found these at a thrift store in Wisconsin.
Oh, sick.
Which surprised me because I went to college in North Carolina, and there's like a bunch of country apparel stuff out there, and I was hunting for them for a pair like the entire time I was down there, and never found anything that fit me. I am exclusively a boot wearer. Like I
Okay.
don't wear sneakers.
Gotcha.
My partner's a sneakerhead.
Oh, really?
So like when I see a pair of sneakers I like, I'll just buy it for them.
That's awesome. What's
sense.
I just gotta ask, what's the like coolest, wildest pair of sneakers that they have?
Gosh, they mostly wear they're we're mostly into like Air Force Ones.
Okay.
And skate highs. They have some pretty cool Vans. They have like that. I forget what they were called, but a couple years ago they put out those skate highs that were like a couple different types of like couch upholstery.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Material. They have a pair of those. I'm sure I'm forgetting about that.
That's fine.
A ton. But yeah, anytime I like want a pair of sneakers, I just end up getting it for them. Like I got them a pair of Pixels last year for Christmas.
I'm surprised because I have a wide foot, which is a whole thing.
Yeah, your feet. Yeah, tell him about your feet.
So
his feet are all
this
kinds of
foot
messed up.
is like wide with no arch.
Yeah.
And size and a half bigger than this foot, which is normal with an arch.
Whoa,
Yeah.
size and a half.
Size and a half. It's like it's
Fuck
uncanny.
me.
It's like that
okay.
foot. A 10 is a little tight, and the other foot is like
a 9 is like
a 9 is perfect.
Whoa.
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like I've showed it on the podcast a few times now.
Yeah.
But we're
yeah,
trying to get
like-
our OnlyFans
Yeah.
numbers up, so anytime he
There you go.
takes
Well,
his
now we
shoes
can't
off, you
put it
know.
on, and now apparently we can't put it on Twitch
Can't
because
put it
I
on
just
Twitch.
showed
No
my
feet on- no feet on Twitch.
But like, yeah. So this one is like the whole leg's longer. It's something that I've had
It's so
since
interesting.
childbirth. Is that how that works?
I think most people. Yeah, no, most people have like a leg that's slightly longer and a foot
Yeah.
that's slightly bigger, but his
But a
is
full,
pretty.
more than a whole size.
His is pretty drastic.
That is extremely drastic.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So it just makes it annoying, especially if you like cool sneakers.
Yeah.
You're just like, well, I guess this one's just gonna swim.
Yeah, because none of the
forever.
coolest sneakers fit that good anyway. So then
Right.
it's for him. It's
So
just like
it's a
an
wild
extra
card.
fucking pain in the ass.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
yeah,
probably
you're
like
a boots,
Vans,
but you're a boots guy.
I'm a boots guy, yeah.
Okay, so
What's your go-to boot
Yeah.
usually?
I typically I like it. I mean, style wise, I gravitate more towards Chelsea's, like something without laces.
Okay.
I was a big. I mean, I would like teenage, younger, early 20s. I was very like punk aesthetic in
so
all
like
ways.
the Docs
so
and,
like
like-
Docs and like combat boots and like that type shit.
So wait,
but-
am I what?
Yeah, that's a
I
Chelsea
spelt
boot.
it weird.
just a nice, clean.
Yeah, I do. My
Okay.
favorite is a stacked heel Chelsea. So something like that Libertine. There,
Mm-hmm.
I've got a lot of shoes similar to that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like that type of style. I also like things that make me. I mean, I'm already tall, but I like things that make me even taller.
That's
so
awesome.
like,
Yeah, it's fair.
Oh,
You
if-
might as well lean in.
yeah. So I like a good 3-inch stacked heel. Yeah.
to just tower over people,
Yeah.
to dunk on people.
Exactly.
For Duncan.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I just wasn't familiar with that style. That's sick. I've had a pair of like I had the tall version of those that like went practically to my knee and I hated it.
Oh, God.
It was weird. You had to wear like boot cut
Yeah.
pants or tuck them in. I don't know. And I didn't like either. So I got rid
I
of
have a
them.
pair of like high calf. I have a lot of. I'm sure if anyone can understand this, I'm sure the hosts of a sneaker podcast understand that. I have a lot of shoes that are like I don't wear that are like very much like I call them special occasion shoes, but
Yeah.
they're really just for me to like look at on my fucking shoe rack and like
Yeah.
smile.
That's awesome.
But I have a pair of like almost knee length floral Docs that I love that are so uncomfortable and I will like
course.
never wear.
What
Wait.
was the pair that you wore at Portland's Funniest?
I brought those.
Did you bring those?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Is now a good time
Oh,
to bust them
this
I
out?
is
think
a
you should bring
perfect
'em out.
time.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Okay. I brought 2 pairs of shoes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because one of the shoes is the one I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah, I'm
which I don't
very
know if you
excited for
told Meg.
those.
I'll save those.
No.
for
No,
later.
I haven't heard.
Okay.
I didn't tell him.
But I wanted to bring like a shoe that I actually like liked and wore first. So these are stacked heel ASOS Chelsea's. I forget exactly what this specific one is called.
It's like sparkly flames.
Yeah, it's just like
Can I see one of them?
really like super femme, super Bowie, like
Yeah, very Bowie.
yeah.
Mhm.
And my partner got me those for Christmas, like 2 years ago, and they're like my favorite shoes to wear on stage.
Yeah, they're bright.
Yeah.
You
It's-
were these at PFP, right?
I ordered
at
that's
the
my good
finals.
luck shoes. Yeah, those
Yeah.
are my second place shoes.
Sick.
No, and you had a hell of a set. That
Yeah,
was-
thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't wear. It's funny. I like. So one of the reasons I wear boots mostly it's because I usually am in a button up, and I think you have to be like a really good dresser to pull off like a very femme button up with a pair of sneakers in a way, like because I wear like a lot of like blouse button ups.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just think boots look better with those. But like these shoes are so loud that like whenever I wear these, I have to wear just like a black t-shirt.
Yeah, because it just
like,
all the attention.
This is the whole outfit when I put these on.
I think those are sick. Those are really fun too, and I like that because a lot of times you don't. I mean, I don't know if you've heard the thing where you're like, oh, you're not supposed to be like really sparkly on stage.
Yeah.
Or I've never understood that because then it's like, what about all those like lounge singers that wore jackets of it? Which I wish we went to that
all
store.
All of that is just stuff that whenever I hear those kind of rules, I'm like, how can I not do? How can I break that
right?
rule?
Yeah.
I'm
That's
realizing
annoying.
this right now, and I'm really bummed that I didn't bring it because. The most we've ever hung out was when we were in Las Vegas. And like I used to live there, and I just now am remembering. If you ever go back, hit me up. I'm going to tell you about this store that you have to go to. It's a Mexican or Hispanic store, and it is where you get those like there's a lot of like really blousy things, a lot of fringe, and a lot of everything sparkles. And it's not expensive.
God, Bjorn, why didn't you not take me to this place?
I just now remembered it. It's
Sounds
in this.
like my heaven.
It's in a mall in kind of a weird place. Like most of it is custom, so like you go and get measured. But like you go in there, and it's almost like you're going to like you're in Mexico. In like a I don't know, just like in a street fair place, and you go in and it's just like this tailor that's been doing it for years.
So sick.
Because like you ever see like I forget the name of it. It's like the like macho Hispanic guy, and he's wearing the sparkliest shirt you've ever seen. You're like,
totally.
Where do you get that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of like this, but like with a lot more of that.
But like the whole thing's covered in sequins.
Yeah,
like swagged out boomer Latino dads.
Yes,
are dressed so sick. Like it's all so femme, but like somehow also like so masculine, and like I know exactly what you're talking about. I
don't remember the name of the store. I'd have to do the thing where it's like, okay, go on Google Maps. I know how to get there. It's kind of it's this mall that's kind of sketchy, but it's Vegas, so every mall is sketchy. But it's like this kind of off the beaten path. It's kind of by the Hard Rock Hotel in that zone. But oh my God, that store is amazing. Because like the jackets are like $40-$50, which anywhere else would be like thousands of dollars. It's like there's rhinestones on everything.
I fucking, man, the way we do our clothing in America is so dumb and boring.
Yeah.
Like there's so many places. I really, like one of my dream vacations is going to China to one of those 24-hour suit spots where like they have literally the swatches of like literally thousands of materials to pick from just from like a little phone book. They measure you up and you like come back later that day and you full suit.
Full made to measure suit for like $50.
Oh yeah. With like a fucking 3-piece suit for like $38.
What's that? Do you ever go to LA? It's kind of by Skid Row. God, I can't think of what it's Santee Alley. That's a spot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Santee Alley's like that.
Really?
Yeah, I believe that's what it's called. God, where you can go places and it's like I went there like early on when I was like starting my company. Like I was in LA and I think it's called.
Yeah, I have heard though about like some of those markets like you're talking about in like Southeast Asia.
Yeah,
where you can roll in, get a nice fake Rolex. And a ridiculous suit.
Yeah,
for like $80.
That's yeah. It's just because like it's one of those things. Not to get all fucking gender studies about it, but I think it's not a thing in America because I think in America like the textile like crafts are so feminized and so like thought of as like a womanly thing that they're not taken seriously and they're not like that like, and I mean that but when I say those crafts I mean like that type of craftsmanship as like a career path.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like there just aren't that many tailors.
Right. I think there is like and then there's like the only dudes that'll go into it want to be like the highest end where they're charging like 10 grand.
Yeah, like want to do
for
high
a suit.
fashion type shit.
Yeah.
Like there's no
Actually,
there just
this
isn't
is
the market.
a
here.
random piece of trivia. So my Italian side of my family,
Mhm.
like my grandpa was trained as a tailor when he
Sick.
was in high school
Awesome.
because it was the 30s and
Yeah.
the racism there of like the different kinds of white racism. Italians did tailoring.
Yeah.
He wanted to be an architect, and they said, "Your name looks like it's on a menu.
have to
You're
be a
sewing.
Taylor, yeah.
You can doodle your buildings over here in your free time. Fucking
You gotta bust out some fucking
we got a
pleated pants.
room full of singers over here, son. Now start sewing."
Pleat these
So
pants.
apparently, my grandpa he would tailor all my dad and his brothers, like all of their clothes.
Awesome.
He would like custom tailor them, but he
No.
did it like with sadness in his heart, wishing he was an architect.
He was trapped.
Wishing those were buildings he was.
Exactly. Yeah, he did it, and then he threw a shoe at him. Teach him some fucking respect.
That is a really good point. I have this. My mom reminded me of it at one point. Like when I was a little kid, I remember like complaining to my mom that like when I went to school because I would get like I would wear something bold and then just get made fun of relentlessly, and I just conformed. I just went full conform because it was in Montana. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. But like, I remember complaining to my mom, just like, man. Like girls can wear they can wear so many things. They can wear color, they can wear prints, they can wear dresses. And like, I felt like I wasn't allowed to wear any of that. And it broke my heart as a kid. Cause like a bunch of times I would like, my mom would just like, let me do whatever I wanted to do until I went to school. And then that got just,
the amount of scrutiny that young boys have to go through with the items of clothing they pick in this country is insane. Like, not only can you only wear a shirt and jeans if you don't want to get made fun of, if you wear the wrong shirt from the wrong, if the company's like too cheap or something,
Or
you'll get made
weird.
fun of for that. Like,
Totally.
like not on like like I remember thinking like being in middle school and being like, oh, I can't wear and one because a kid in my school was called poor for having an one shirt.
Yeah, because I
came
remember
from
and
Kmart
one.
or
Yeah,
something.
that's the Walmart brand. I do
Yeah,
remember that.
and it's like it's just what a fucking gauntlet we make young boys run.
I know. I like sometimes.
No,
I'm
I
just
remember that too. Like I wasn't even I was in and out of public school and homeschooled, and so I wasn't there. There was zero chance I was gonna be cool, but I was like the times that I was around, I was like I should try. But yeah, like my parents, they just bought all their clothes at Goodwill because they're like, you're gonna grow out of them. Who
Same.
gives a fuck?
I mean, I'm glad my parents did like thrifted my clothes because it was like so like eclectic that it wasn't, because it's like. It was a weird thing of like, if your clothes were clearly used, kids wouldn't make fun of you for being poor. But if it was a new cheap thing,
cheap
that
brand,
is when you would get made fun
Yeah.
of.
Oh, that's
No,
brilliant.
but sixth grade, I wore the same pair of. I think they were some kind of Team Jordan. I have no idea what they were, but they were black high top Nikes from the thrift store and a blue Gap hoodie that somebody gave me for Christmas. I wore that hoodie every single day the whole fucking year because I was like, this
works. I
this
figured out
doesn't
it works.
this nobody
safe.
clowns on a fucking blue Gap hoodie.
Nope.
It's super regular.
This is
it's
not
a hoodie.
blipping the radar in any
Dude,
direction.
hoodies are kind of cool. Like a rapper wore one once in a video. Fucking hoodies are cool.
For sure, this is safe.
You know, fucking Kanye makes Gap now. Like,
Yeah.
So I wore a blue Gap hoodie to the point where like the sleeves were. I think they were yarn at the end.
That
They
thing
was-
that would happen
I
when you were
shredded that
a
fucking
fucking
hoodie.
like preteen, where you were just so fidgety that all of your hoodies.
Yeah.
Would
I like
just...
that you think I grew out of fidgeting. That's optimistic.
I'm okay. I like to give my parents credit, like, and I mean this. I think this was more helpful than it was detrimental. They always let me dress however I wanted, and how I wanted to dress was like a fucking lunatic. Like always. Like
So
I've always
was it the whole
been-
time? Like you were just like, "Yep, I'm just gonna do it." There wasn't like a conform, and then like
I honestly
Renaissance.
don't think
it was just
so.
Renaissance.
I
from the
think I was
beginning.
dressing like very flamboyantly since I was a child.
That's so cool because I was gonna ask about that, like if there was a moment, because like for me, I had like middle school it was like pure conforming,
Sure.
and then high school I just like stayed under the radar until like junior and senior year. I was sort of popular.
Yeah.
My group was sort of it's like what is popular anyways. It's like super weird, and I just didn't
That's
care.
what fucking popular people say.
It is. But I was good at.
care.
I was.
Dude, like, what is it anyway? Fuck off.
I was good
Anyway.
at skateboarding
Yeah.
and snowboarding,
You
so
were cool.
I was kind of cool in my school because
You
anyway.
were definitely cool.
I should say I definitely there was conformity.
Okay.
I mean, it was like flamboyant conformity.
Yeah.
But I remember definitely when I was like a freshman in high school, I was like, I was freshman in high school in what, like 2007 probably.
Okay.
I think that math works out. And so like, I dressed big, but I wanted to dress like I think that was the year. Was that the year Late Registration came out?
2007.
Yeah.
That was graduation.
Graduation came out, so I definitely like that year wore a Puma tracksuit with one of those big Israeli scarves that Kanye would wear.
Oh my god, I love
like,
that so much.
Stringy Israeli scarves.
Bring up a picture.
I'm
of one
going
of
to.
those.
Keep
and
talking.
I had a fucking lineup. Like I like had a buzz head with like a like I like definitely like
you were listening to Kanye and you were like, I got it. That's a good look.
I wasn't even listening to Kanye that
Oh,
much.
you
I mean, I
weren't?
was, but I was definitely like presenting as
It was
more of
more.
a
You
more
were
of a
more.
I was
it
presenting
more the
as,
look.
Yeah, more of a hip hop fan than I actually was.
Yeah,
like,
fair enough.
like I was listening to Kanye and other things, but like if like literally probably couldn't name like 20 other like.
Oh, I remember this.
Yes,
This.
yeah, those were fucking big in
Ah.
2007.
This
Yeah, I
keyboard
had a bright
sucks.
yellow one of those.
Oh, nice.
The like yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
remember this.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Did you have the glasses with the?
Yes, I had the fucking Stunner Shake glasses. with the slats in them.
Yeah, the
You
slits.
fucking bet I did. I had a
Were
white.
they yellow to match the scarf?
They were glow in the dark yellow.
Oh, there you go.
Of course they were. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah, you were taking some risks.
I was.
I
That's
took
fantastic.
risks at the end of high school because I just stopped caring, and then because I realized something. Like one of my favorite things, I've noticed it before, is like in skateboarding or snowboarding or whatever, you can wear whatever you want if you're the best one at the skate park.
Oh yeah.
Because
Totally.
it's the coolest. That was like my reason to get good. Is
Yeah.
because it's like, okay, then I can wear wild hats and overalls. Like I
Yeah.
can do some weird shit, and no one can say shit.
Totally. Yeah.
Like one of my friends who I ended up being friends with later, he said he was like visiting the college town that we lived in, and he went to the skate park, and he's just like, what is this place? Because me and a couple of my friends were there, and we were just like lunatics.
Yeah.
And he was like, I have to come here. And then we ended up being friends later. But like he was telling a story about like part of why he went there was because when he went to the skate park was like, he was like, man, they dress so cool. Like, they just dress crazy.
And then, yeah, you can literally do like fucking like the old school like or like that first wave of 90s skater where that became like the cool fucking like Mark Gonzalez just dressing like an actual homeless person.
Yeah.
It was just
You're
like it made
okay.
it look so cool somehow. Like
Yeah.
that was revolutionary.
That like not trying. I think I was shirtless with train conductor overalls on.
Hell yeah.
And he was just like, oh, I got to meet these people.
Dude, that feels risky when you're in a cement-based activity.
I mean, when
To
you
just
fall,
have a lot of
it
exposed
does
skin.
hurt your shoulders. That's a thing that
Yeah.
does happen.
Sounds
It's wild
terrible
though.
for
Now
you.
I was the only one doing it then, but now you see people in that kind of stuff all the time,
Yeah.
like at the skate parks and stuff. But yeah, that was my thing. Was I was like, oh, okay, if I get good enough, I can wear whatever I want.
Yeah.
And then I would take risks. I would like sew some of my own clothes and stuff too, which was
Hell
fun. My favorite thing about the thrift store growing up, because my mom would just be like, yeah, get one of anything you want. Like, when can
Yeah.
you go in a store
Right.
as a child and be like, I can have anything in this
Yeah.
store? Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It's all $1, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Like, I just remember that feeling of just like, I don't know. I've never felt that in any
powerful.
store. It is powerful.
All of this is attainable? Everything?
What do I choose? This is crazy.
I used to, when I was a kid, when I was in like 3rd grade, I was really into like building shit out of trash. Like I would make like inventions and sculptures in my backyard of just like literal junk off the street. I was Sid from a Toy Story when I was in 3rd grade.
Oh, sick.
But I just was like really like infatuated with like weird chunks of metal and stuff like that. And so once a year, my mom, when we were visiting our family in Chicago, would take me to IKEA and let me buy one kitchen implement just to play with.
Oh my god.
Because they have all those crazy like Swedish kitchen implements like potato mashers.
Yeah.
Which in retrospect is like an awesome thing for her to do because those aren't
because now
the
your
cheapest.
kitchen is fire.
Yeah.
You've got all these crazy things.
But I'm saying like those are nice things and I was just like wiring them to a broken TV.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like
but do you still have them and are they functional?
Oh, no, those would get built and then put in the it was like a catch and release system with the curb.
Found on the curb, back on the curb.
I mean, I imagine my mom probably when she was throwing them out ripped the actual kitchen stuff off. And,
she found the ones that she was like, I could actually use
I'm not
this,
going to throw away
honestly.
this fucking potato masher I just bought you 2 months ago.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm excited to see the next pair, the one that we talked about.
Hell yeah. So I was asking Bjorn, no one's ever on this show brought a pair of shoes that they've made.
No.
Right?
No.
Okay. I'm very excited to show you these. These are insane. Should I give the backstory first, or should I just bust them out?
Do the backstory first. Let's build it up.
So
I
had like a weird life kind of trajectory before being a comedian. I was a textile artist. Like that was like my career path. I was a weaver, a production weaver in a weaving studio for like 5 years.
Oh wow.
That's cool.
Which I stopped doing because it's one, extremely lonely work, and two, it's like that type of old time Americana craft is like high art now, and like the only way you can make a living off it is by selling to rich people. Because like it takes so long to hand weave a blanket that you have to sell them for like $200.
Yeah.
And the only people buying a $200 blanket are fucking bougie, like rich, mason jar Pinterest moms.
yeah.
and shit.
Influencers.
Yeah. So I stopped doing it. But when I was working at this textile studio in North Carolina, I got the opportunity to apprentice with a cord swainer, which is like a boot maker. This elderly German woman named Bärbel.
Bärbel?
I promise you I'm not pronouncing that right. She always told me I was pronouncing it wrong, but I think it's Bärbel.
Okay.
I love that.
And so I got to apprentice with her for like 2 40-hour work weeks to make a pair of shoes. I was like helping her make her shoes. She was like, your payment for the help will be I'll help you make a pair of shoes. These shoes are hideous.
I was so excited.
A lot of LSD at the time.
Ooh, okay.
I was watching a lot of luchador wrestling. Also, tragically, well, it's a good thing I brought these on the show today because they were in my storage. And I pulled them out of storage today, and they're incredibly moth damaged because I did not put them in there with mothballs.
Oh,
But I'm so glad I pulled them out today because if they'd stayed in storage for another year, they would just be too souls. Like they would literally been devoured.
Gone.
But these are some Riley McCarthy originals. I made this wool is that felt. I made that fabric.
Oh,
and then
cool.
that's repurposed leather from I think like a jacket or like a piece of furniture I found on the curb. You can see all the moth holes in it. But yeah, these are the crazy luchador mask clown shoes that I made myself. I love them a lot. They look insane.
They're cool. I like them. I think they're neat. I think they're fun. What was the process? I want to know about like how this went. It looks like it's a stitch down, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like it's I took it off like I'm trying to remember the exact. It's been now like 6. No, it's been almost a fucking decade. It's been like
And we'll
8
post
years.
we'll post pictures on our Instagram,
Yeah.
size 10.
So you
podcast.
made the fabric,
I made the fabric.
and you had this was like a leather jacket that was done, and so you cut those pieces of
Yeah.
leather out. Okay.
And she showed me how to like literally make a sewing pattern off of your foot.
Okay, that's cool.
So they're the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn because they're designed exactly to the size of my feet. But the funny thing is, since I have such wide feet, there's a reason why.
I love how they're like the size of sandals. I love it.
They're so wide. There's
like
a reason
flip-flops.
why like wide shoes also have a lot of toe room, because when you make a shoe for a wide foot that conforms to your foot, it's the shape of a clown shoe. Like, literally, like
It's just a block.
because it's made exactly for my super wide feet. But yeah, I cut a pattern like specifically to the size of my feet.
What size do you normally wear?
I wear an 11.
An 11. Okay.
And then I another like thing that I was doing with this like apprenticeship kind of Skillshare thing is I made her a bunch of this felt. This is Romney wool from sheep that were raised like half a mile from where I lived at the time.
Oh, cool.
So which is also why it's getting eaten by moths, is because like if you don't. If it's actual handmade wool that isn't like treated with chemicals, like it is like very digestible. So
so they just
will probably never be able to be worn again. But yeah. So yeah, me and Bearable just hung out for like 2 weeks. It was a very cool experience. She was very quiet. We like did not talk about like anything. I would like for the first couple of days I would like try to talk and get to know her and like ask her questions about her life and like Germany and shit. And I like learned really quickly. It's like, no, we just gotta. Bearable's all vibe.
It's like, no, we're
You just gotta
making
vibe
shoes.
with Bearable. She's like, nah, we're here for the boots.
Yeah, it's German
yeah.
engineering is what that is.
I still have a binder
That's
with
why
all.
Porsches are fast.
Yeah, exactly. The focus, the single-minded.
Not fucking around
of the
having
German
conversations
people.
over here. Yeah.
I still have my binder with all my notes and stuff, and so I keep meaning like I want to eventually make like another pair of shoes now that I have like better aesthetic taste. That are I would. Like.
I think those are cool though. Like I feel like those not eaten by moths. Like you would, I would want to see you wear those on stage just because it seems fun.
I honestly, when I pulled them out of storage, I haven't like seen them in like a couple years. I was like, okay, these aren't quite as gaudy as I remember
They
them
look
being.
like they'd
They're
also
very
be
gaudy,
really
but
nice, like driving shoes, and
they're
like
super comfortable.
Yeah, they look like moccasins in a way. Like like you'd wear them like a slipper.
But I eventually want to make like a pair of all leather boots, using the same process. But she was really cool. She was like a very spiritual, like weird. She was that type of old Catholic that's like it's like almost witchy and shit.
Yeah,
I love it.
Like the type of Catholic that believes in dragons and shit.
Cool.
So she like I can't like there's like 3 soles in the sole of a shoe.
Okay.
Traditionally, the insole, the
midsole and the
Midsole and
outsole.
outsole.
yeah. The midsole she calls in chord swinging it's called the lost soul.
The lost soul.
Which I thought was very.
I thought that was a video
beautiful.
game.
Yeah.
But she was like in tradition, like you have to write a secret on the lost soul.
Yeah.
So that it'll be sealed in.
Yeah.
So there's a secret.
There's a secret in those.
Oh, I want to know.
Can I be honest? I don't remember what it is.
Oh, man,
That's a
that's
secret
gonna
to
be
me, too.
revealed to
I
everybody.
just remember
someday.
that cool
gonna tear
ceremony
it
she
open.
made.
You
me
you gotta wear the fuck out of these
Oh
so
my
they
God. Yeah,
eventually
keep
find
wearing
the
them. You're
secret.
like, hey, what's the secret? You're just like, I'm gay.
I mean, it was probably I was doing so much dumb like research chemicals and LSD. It's probably some unintelligible like philosophical thing that I was like.
It's like
so,
song lyrics that
Yeah.
spoke to you at the time.
Yeah, it's like the mind is the foot of the body's brain. Or, like,
It's just a quote from a B-side of a Doors album.
yeah, exactly. Something really stupid like that. Yeah.
I love it. No, you know what? You said that they were terrible, but I disagree. I think those are
I think
really
they're cool. I like just the fact that you made them
And the
and that there's
luchador
like
mask,
actual
like that's a lot of stops and starts as a
Yeah.
person who knows about that kind of stuff.
well,
like,
also
production-wise, that's a nightmare.
I will say you are
I made it hard for
consistent.
myself.
There are
Yeah.
flames on those boots. Like there's flames on those boots and on those boots.
Yeah, shit. These
and
are
on
like,
those boots.
like
And on these
elevated,
boots.
Like this is kind of like
yeah, it's kind of like I wouldn't say
a motif
grown up
in my
Yeah.
life.
version, but like both
Elevated,
of these
maybe.
yeah, both of these have some of the same design
A little more
language.
friend of
Yeah.
Dorothy.
But yeah, the design language is consistent. I think
Hell yeah.
I think it meets the it fits in with
It
the
makes sense that these were the shoes that I
yeah,
made
it
when I
fits
was
the brand
21
identity.
Years old. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
Oh,
fair.
that's so cool. Thank you so much for bringing
Yeah.
those and
yeah,
sharing.
those are neat.
So we always do a segment. We'll do it for your shiny boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, because these ones I think the ship's already sailed.
It's
Um.
it's pretty. So, do you want to tell them the
Sure.
segment?
So yeah, we talked already about rap music, and we briefly mentioned pickup trucks. Those are a couple of topics that come up on this podcast pretty often.
Cool.
So in rap music, a lot of rappers say the phrase "blow her back out." They're talking about sex in an aggressive way.
Yeah.
And we've discussed how that's a little bit of a wild fucking thing to say. and then in pickup trucks, there's a term called pavement princess, which is when a guy takes a pickup truck and puts big dumb wheels and tires and all that on it,
Wait.
and then never takes
and
it off
never
the road.
takes it off road.
I love that as a phrase.
Okay, that's
Pavement princess.
pavement
Yes.
princess.
Oh
That's,
my god.
Yeah.
I'm changing my Instagram
Next time-
handle tonight.
Next time you go,
So good.
next time you go to the lesbian bar, now you
So
can talk
sick.
some shit.
Man,
Anyway.
Southern homophobia is awesome. Like, on a spiritual level, it's very sick and awful. But on a aesthetic level, the aesthetics
Pavement
of Southern
princess is a
homophobia
fun term.
are kind of awesome.
Anyhow, so we ask all our guests when they bring in a shoe, are those going to be a pavement princess, or are you going to blow the back out of them?
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, here's the thing. So, as much as I love these shoes and I think they're awesome, they are ASOS. So, it's not going to take a ton of wear to blow the back out of these, I'm guessing.
So you're gonna blow the back out.
I'm
on
going to
them?
blow the back out on
All
these.
right,
ASOS
see.
tends to make shit kind of cheap.
This is our blow the back out music.
Ooh.
We got the drop.
Music to blow the back out
Yeah.
to. Yeah, no, I'm gonna continue to wear these. I don't wear them that often. They're not. I have like this same, almost exact shoe, not sequined. With like, kind of a lightning bolt elastic on the side instead of a zipper. And that the back is almost blown out of those.
Okay.
So I wear those a ton.
Do you like the zipper or the elastic better?
I like the elastic, and it's the reason I don't wear these as often.
Oh,
These
interesting.
are and because this is the material is like plasticine on the outside.
Oh, okay.
These will never be broken in, like until they actually like crack
split.
and
Like
rip.
they're not
Yeah.
going to stretch like leather does. They're going to just
They're just
be
gonna
uncomfortable
one day
and then
burst. Yeah, like a fucking
Yeah.
hot dog on a grill. The casing is just gonna pop at some point. So like they don't get worn nearly as much as they would have if I were to buy these shoes again. I'd buy them in a half size up because of that.
Okay.
Because I have other ASOS stacked heels that once broken in because they're leather are like super comfortable.
and so you went with the same size on these,
went
but
the same
then
size on
these don't stretch.
There's no way these are ever gonna
Boot
break out.
sizing is weird though.
It is.
Compared to sneaker sizing, it's
Definitely.
all over the map,
Yeah.
and it's like it's way smaller. And with leather ones, you have to account for it growing.
Right.
I have one pair of boots that are like fancy and nice and leather, and I went too small. Like I can wear them now, but it's like after a couple hundred wears
Yeah.
of like pain,
Yeah.
and they cost enough that I was like, well, now my feet cost less than those.
Breaking in a pair of boots is a process.
It was a lot of work.
I used to put my boots in the dryer to break them in. And then I broke a dryer in an apartment building where it was not my dryer. And I got
that's so funny.
I got like 37 tenants really angry at me
Oh,
because
no.
it was a different tenant that was like in there when it broke.
Oh no! Oh, it wasn't
And they
like
opened it up and it was like,
wasn't an
whose
in-unit
fucking
dryer.
shoes are these?
Oh shit!
and they were really really nice shoes, so I had to be like, they're mine. Can I have them back?
I need them back. Oh my
So
god.
what's like your nicest pair of boots?
My nicest pair of boots.
Yeah.
Well, I have some like vintage boots.
Okay.
It's hard because like with vintage stuff, especially
Mm-hmm.
with like boots that don't have tags, like a
Yeah.
lot of like especially vintage boots, like
Mm-hmm.
it's whatever branding was printed on the inside of the leather and has been worn away.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot of like vintage boots where it's like really hard to discern like an exact value on them.
For sure.
Um,
But they're like quality.
but they're like
leather,
really
they're
quality, like you can tell,
really
just,
nice,
like
yeah.
hardy, beautiful
Mhm.
leather. I have like a pair of old vintage jazz shoes.
Oh,
I
that sounds
love.
cool.
Those might be more of a what is it, a pavement princess?
More of a pavement
Yeah.
princess.
Those
So
are
were those
pavement
like a
princess
like
shoes
a
for me.
low like a dress shoe?
Yeah, like a dress shoe, but like a very
Yeah, let's see some jazz shoes because
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
Boots
And honestly, I'm
like these.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, like for jazz dancing.
Yeah, only like I wish I knew the exact name of this the older style because they're like a really polished, like almost something more like that,
Like
a
this here?
shiny leather and they're gorgeous and like I did my best, like I did some research trying to figure out what they were from, and they're like at least 40 years old.
Oh wow, cool.
And they're still in great condition. But yeah,
Do you have like a pair that you want, or that you're like
Like a
that's like
grail.
your high watermark,
lust
your
after?
grail?
Yeah, totally. I mean, there's a bunch. I'm more like I really want gator skin stacked heel.
Okay.
boots.
Okay.
I specifically the ones that Carlos Santana used to wear. I
Oh,
mean, not
God.
his specific pair. That
Right,
he
but
owned.
but like the style.
Yeah,
like
if you
that
can find, he
style
used to wear ones that were like, I swear to God that he would like in one specific concert video, he wore like a 4 or 5 inch heel.
Boots right here.
Yeah, see, those are not Carlos Santana's boots.
By Carlos. They're boots by Carlos Santana. So
Does he have his?
he has a boot line, y'all.
Oh shit! No, look up like gator skin, or like concert worn, or I want a picture
It's
of
not
him wearing the boots.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, we're like.
Yeah, that's
Is
more
this-
of like a cowboy style.
Yeah, I mean, I mean the one that's at the very top.
This one?
Those like
yeah,
Something like that.
the
something
straight-
like that. But you're saying with an even higher.
with like a big ass heel.
Mhm.
Is that same spot that had the other one that we
Yeah.
looked at? Straight to hell. Wow. How
That's
subtle.
I lust over those. I want, I'm not a sneaker person, but I do want, if I can find a pair of white PF Flyers, I would buy those.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like an old
Yeah.
school. That's a vintage holy grail item for me.
Okay.
It would be a wearable condition like PF Flyers.
Like vintage PF Flyers.
That's definitely holy grail. I would pay a stupid amount of money for like a wearable pair of vintage PF Flyers.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. Like white is what I was thinking.
Yeah, but like I want the old ones had like really pronounced ridges on that, like the toe.
Yeah.
And I think how you can tell, because I looked it up. I think I think those if you scroll up a little bit. The PF Flyer logo with I think that's a throwback to the vintage one. The PF Flyer logo that's red and green, not just green. I think it's like the old ones. Like those are like throwbacks.
Yeah. Those are cool.
So not like actual vintage ones, but yeah, that is like
If you could find like a real pair.
Those
yeah.
are cool.
I've
yeah.
wanted those since I was a kid, because God, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. He would like skated for Trans World in like the early 90s. He started Stereo with that actor with Jason Lee.
Jason Lee. Yeah.
Chris Pastris.
Oh, okay.
He wore PF flyers in one of those early Trans World videos, and ever since I was a kid, those are.
Let's see if I can get even close
sick.
to his name. Nope, I'm way off.
That looks like a delicious hamburger.
I don't know.
I would wear that hamburger.
Not the right person.
I am
for
giving you
Googling
like the hardest Googling.
I'm just like,
homework
let's
right
just
now.
like try to name this. Let's not talk about how took me like 10 seconds to do. Oh, I'm also this keyboard sucks.
That
was a tiny
keyboard is
keyboard.
pretty trash.
It's like
not
doesn't
great.
get keys.
Oh, great.
Anyway. Well, no, it's just like
That's what you want in
It's
the
maybe
keyboard.
It's maybe the communication. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
no, it was definitely like a cheap keyboard.
Okay. Why don't you just use the keyboard on the laptop?
Because that's I don't know. Well, we used to.
It's a bad
It's
angle.
fine.
Oh, that's
Ergonomics are poor.
Yeah, you don't want
I
to show off
could.
your armpits
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the camera.
Well, hey, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Yeah,
Is
thanks so
there
much for having me. This is
anything
super
you
fun.
want to plug? It's gonna come out in like 2 weeks from
You
now.
can find all my shows on Instagram. I'll be traveling later this year again, so
Sick.
I'm
Where
gonna be
are you going?
I'm gonna try to do a little DIY tour of the Southwest.
Oh, really? Like where
yeah.
at? Just quick.
I'm gonna probably start in like Virginia and go down through Florida. I love the Southwest. It's where the weirdest people in the world live.
Sick.
It's
That's fun.
like super strange. All my show dates, like 80% of my show dates. I'm not very good about posting about my shows. A lot of my show dates
Yeah.
are on my Instagram.
What's your handle again?
Riley Can Dunk. I have a new Twitch show every third Tuesday of the month on the Board Castle channel.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's part of. It's kind of a hard show to pitch because it's like a spin-off show of World's Hottest Goss, which everyone should watch on twitch.tv/BoardCastle.
I was just on it with you, actually.
Yeah.
Just last week.
It's like a weird, character-y, conceptual talk show. And I have gone on there a couple times as Robert Pattinson, doing the worst impression
I love it.
of all time. And now I have a spin-off talk show, What's Happening in Tin Sin with Robert Pattinson, twitch.tv/BoardCastle,
Sick.
every third Tuesday of the month at 6:30 p.m. So check that out.
Sick.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, you want to take us out?
Sure. If you guys enjoyed this, and even if you didn't, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit subscribe. We're on Amazon. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We got video on most of those. We're on all the other platforms, too. You can follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, at Size10Podcast. We got new episodes every single Wednesday of this. You can check out Bjorn's stuff. What do you got?
Third Saturday, I have Vibe Comedy at Curious at 9:30, and then every Thursday at Neighbors Tap Room, you can catch me and a bunch of other comedians. Riley's actually been on the show; it's super fun.
Such a fun show.
Bangers comedy with Eliza Butler.
Everyone should check out Bangers.
Yeah.
It's such a kick-ass show.
Great show.
It's in a great little beer bar.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Talk
It's a
about
fun time.
impeccable vibes. The vibes on that show are
Yeah.
fucking impeccable.
I
know that's not the
loved-
vibes show, but it's a show with
Yeah,
vibes.
yeah, it is. I got to call out before we get out of here. I loved how you were just like, well, this is what doing comedy inside an Instagram post looks like.
It was very Instagram.
Which is just calling me out so hard for exactly what I was doing. And I was like, well, thank you for telling
It
everyone.
works.
It's
It
good.
works.
My secret.
I've done the show and I've spectated the show, and both times it was a great time,
Hell
good
yeah.
audience, fun
yeah,
time.
it's fun being in an
Yeah.
Instagram post.
Yeah.
It is. Instagram's a fun place. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Come back every Wednesday. Have a good night.
Bye.